Hi, I am making a video from my hospital, which is the Ayurvedic government hospital in Kolkata, and this is going to be a documentation of me being admitted here for 7 days, where I'm going to be treated for psoriasis, and I'm going to try and document it every day. Yeah, it's not easy. This is my first time being admitted in a hospital, and that to a government one. So first time for both things, and at the same time. Obviously, there are many things which are pretty shocking for me, but I don't want to dwell on that. But I would talk about that maybe in some other videos and show you also a little bit. But anyway, it's not about that. I absolutely only believe in Ayurveda, so I'm very grateful for having this opportunity to be able to take time off and do this. And I'm hoping that I'll have some great news to share also after this. So this is my way of sharing my experience, the treatment, and this is my second day. The first day I have been on their medicines for 7 days at home, and today is my first day. So I had 40 ml of ghee on an empty stomach, and then once I had digested that, I had my lunch. And I'm not supposed to have any non-veg, so only vegetarian food, no fried food, no tea, no coffee, and no fruits, only cucumber. That too just after the meal, not during the day. So that's what I am on. And I have to keep walking. I can't sleep. I have to keep myself active so that I can digest the ghee. And tomorrow I have been asked to increase the dosage to 65 ml of ghee on an empty stomach. So that's for now. I'll keep you updated. So this is the end of day 2, and what I did pretty much today was have that dosage of ghee and went to the bathroom twice, so for detoxing, and then of course the point was to eat only after I felt hungry, which I think I wasn't clear about, but I'm going to be more careful about that from tomorrow. I ate just when the food was served so that it didn't go cold. So anyway, that's that. And then I spent most of the afternoon just sitting and contemplating about things. I didn't feel like watching anything on my phone. I was chatting with people around. Yes, and then my mom came to visit, and then my maid came to visit, then my brother came to visit. So I had 3 visitors at one time. And then after they left, I was feeling like I saw, all the people around me suffering, and there was a lady who was crying because she was in pain, and that made me just sit and contemplate about life and suffering and the point of everything. And then I was like, okay, enough of that. And then I started watching I started watching something on my phone, and then some wardmates came, and then we were chatting. Everything was great. And I forgot to mention, I also got my tail massage done, oil massage done. So the doctor has prescribed that twice a day. So I asked one of the nurses to help me with that. It's day 3 and it's before sunrise. I've already taken my dose of ghee, 65 ml, and now I'm walking in order to digest it. Not many people are awake except 1 or 2 other people who also have the same treatment as me, that is having ghee before sunrise. And now I'll show you what the rest of the day looks like, as well as some hospital surroundings. Hi, so today is day 4 of me being in the hospital and day 3 of me taking the ghee, and I was feeling very nauseous because it was 105 ml, which is significantly higher than the dosage of yesterday. I was also sleep deprived because it was late. I slept late, and people in the general ward, they keep on chatting late in the night. I was also on the phone, so I had only 6 hours or less than that. So I was feeling very nauseous and sleepy, and I had no energy to walk. So I was just lying in my bed, and then I changed into the cabin and also used the bathroom, which by the way I had changed to cabin, so I might show you both. I will find a time when I'll show you the general ward as well as the cabin in which I have moved into. I shared that with another person, so the bathroom is obviously clean and therefore I can go whenever. So hopefully the nauseousness later on, whenever I have it, I'll just go to the bathroom right after. So, and I haven't had lunch. So the way to know if I have digested the ghee or not is that I will get the smell of the ghee in my burps, and if that's the case, it's not digested. And so I have not digested it, and this time I'm paying attention. The first 2 days I didn't pay so much attention to that, but today I'm paying attention, and I have been asked not to eat until I'm hungry, which I'm not. I have been already given my food, and and I'm walking. I've been asked by the doctor to keep walking. Not gonna lie, but it just feels a little I'm walking in my slippers too. That also could be the reason why I'm feeling it. Normally I don't have a problem with walking at all. I love walking, but so I did spend a lot of my morning sitting because I was tired and nauseous. So yeah, that's day 4, and I asked the doctor what oil and shampoo to use. So he prescribed Soria or Disoria soap and shampoo, and the doctor asked me to apply Soria oil, which I thought it was only for once. He asked me to apply it twice, and even on my scalp. So that's that. So right now I have oil in my hair, and tomorrow you'll probably see me with washed hair if I get the soap and shampoo. I can't get it today because it's Sunday. So this is my hair with oil, and I was feeling very sick or anything to make any effort, and everybody here is like, why don't you comb your hair, why don't you tie your hair? So this is what I've done, but I'm just beyond anything right now to think about my appearance. I'm more than happy I just managed to get my shower in. So let's see tomorrow. That's my bed. Messy, but yeah, hospital with all my bag and baggage, my locker, by the way, which is not infested with cockroaches so far. I can't see any of them. And this is my cabin mate's bed and her stuff. The most important thing for which I took the cabin was this private bathroom, which is shared by just the 2 of us, whereas the general ward we'll have to share amongst all of us the bathroom. Today is day 4 of my ghee and day 5 in the hospital, and I've had 150 ml of ghee which I have not been able to digest. It's 4:30. I'm not sure I've digested it, and this is the longest I've ever taken. Obviously this is a higher dosage, but also I felt nauseous on a couple of occasions, so I did not walk as much like yesterday. But we'll see. I have to report as soon as I can confirm I've digested my dosage, and then the doctor will let me know how much I should be having tomorrow. And now the tea man, the chai wala, has come, so this is the time he comes to sell tea to everyone. People are now going to get up and have fun having tea and biscuit and snacks and chatting. But I cannot have it. I anyway don't have it, but I would have had it just so that it's nice feeling for me, social feeling to, you know, have tea with your friends, which I have made lots of friends here, whom I'm going to definitely miss. But as of now, this is the update so far on day Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 5th day. Guess who made an entry into the hospital? This dog. who seems wary, and it's new territory, so she is not wandering in. I mean, she almost did, and then I intercepted it, so it just went back to the staircase without going inside. And check out these two cats. They are wondering what's up, who's come into their territory. Oi! So this lady is helping my ward mate, and she was eating chow mein the other day, and I asked her not to because I was feeling very tempted. So now she's sitting outside and snuck out of my room so that she can have a chow mein, and she's feeling guilty that I happened to see her. So I had finished my 7 days of medicated ghee. So day 5, 6 and 7 were really difficult. I was definitely feeling nauseous throughout, and many other things, very emotional also, because detox can be emotionally taxing as well. I mean, it has been my experience, and I've read that it's supposed to be that way either also. So that was that, and I had absolutely no energy to record anything. And I was constantly being asked to walk because I took longer, like more than 12 hours to digest the ghee, which the doctors would have liked me to digest earlier so that they could increase the dosage. Ideally, they would have wanted me to go up to 300 grams of ghee on last day, but I could only go up to 200 because from 150 onwards, so I went from this is how my dosage sequence pattern was. At 40, 65 I digested fairly quickly, 105 I digested pretty quickly. So the next day they bumped it up to 150, which is where I started taking a little bit longer, and then therefore they reduced it only 165 and then 180 and 200 on the consecutive days. So that is something that my body couldn't digest. I don't know, for whatever reasons. I have been walking continuously. My pedometer, which I carry my phone in my hand, it tells me that I walked on the past 3 days at least 15 kilometers. So I don't know what is it that made me not digest it as quickly as they would have wanted me to, but that's what it is. That's what my body was capable of, I guess. So now it's over, and now I'm waiting for food to come from home because I can eat food, so I don't need to restrict myself to hospital plain food. So I'm getting food from home, and I'll be eating shukto, rice. Shukto is basically a Bengali dish of all vegetables. It's light. It can be made light. I'm not going to have the rich version of it. And rice, a fish, piece of fried fish, like mach bhaja, not fish fry, fried fish, which the doctor asked me to eat because all these days I didn't have any protein, and dal. And then at night I'll be having full gobi, cauliflower and potato jhol, which I love. So I've requested for all these things. And another thing about those days is that since I was digesting it only at that 8:30 o'clock, I had only one meal a day. So that is also something. And now I'm going to eat food after, like proper food, after 7 days. So very much looking forward to it. These are the doctors and staff making medicines in the hospital like we would cook in our Indian kitchens. I find it very adorable. Hi, today is day 15, and in between I was too unwell, in the sense like feeling not up for shooting and recording, but I have recorded the therapy that I'm going through after I finished my ghee. So what has happened after my 7 days of ghee, I had 3 days of oil massage. Like, I was doing oil massage anyway, so 3 days more of oil massage and sauna. And then I was given a special medicine on the 10th or the 11th day, or 12th day maybe, where which would make me pass my stool for a lot of times. So I went to the loo 16 times. Most people go somewhere, many people go for 20, 25 and 30 times even. So that's what I did, and that happened to be my birthday. So hopefully that's like a cleanse, and I'm reborn with a new set of new cleansed body. February, and then after that I was put on a diet, 7-day diet, where I'm being asked to have khichdi, so just boiled rice and dal without any vegetables, without any fried masala, anything. So yeah, this is my 4th day of the diet, I think, or 5th, I don't know at this point. But in between, they have this is my second day of doing a therapy where they boil milk and make curd. They boil milk with a thing called motha. I don't know what it is exactly, it's a herb, and then they make curd out of it. And then the next day they boil amlaki or amla, which is gooseberry, Indian gooseberry, and mix that, a little bit of that curd with that liquid, like boiled amlaki, and then they pour it all over my body and massage it. And the idea is that with that the psoriasis will reduce, which I think it has. The redness has gone down. Anyway, the redness has gone down, scaling has gone down thanks to the oiling, and now this is supposed to help. So 2 more days of that and then I'll be released. And interestingly, I had like a kind of I won't call it a pimple, it, like we say it in Bengali, chal, like a kind of a pokey thing here for a year now. And I was just telling the doctor about it, and they always say whenever, because they're going through the whole course of the ghee and then passing the bal on the 11th day, and then the diet of 7 days. After that they actually start the medicines. So I haven't been given any medicines till now. So every time I tell them about any additional problems, such as graying hair and constipation and all, and even this, they're like, after the course is over. But interestingly, I just noticed today is a 15-day in hospital, that this thing, it was even here a few days ago, I can tell, but today I noticed it's gone. It's like basically all the toxins and all the buildup that comes in our body because of, say, food not being digested and not being ingested in our body, and not the best food going into my body, has been flushed out. And like my brother's telling me that my skin is glowing, and I was like, my skin glows anyway, so now it's glowing more, I guess. So yeah, this thing is gone. It's such a nice feeling. Like I can still feel it, but it's flattened. It was poking out. Not many people could see it. Maybe if you go to my previous videos, in this video itself of me talking, you can see it, see if you can spot it. And I'm very happy about it. This is actual proof that toxins have gone out of my body. That's what a doctor said, like the whole point of giving you ghee is so that you can increase your ability to digest food, because you don't have that. And so ghee is heavy, and therefore idea is to make you increase that rate, ability to digest food, because right now like psoriasis comes from that. I'm like, okay, great. I don't know why I had that since the age of 6. But anyway, such is life. Psoriasis has given me a lot of things like resilience, mental strength, a thick skin, literally. I mean, not just the actual scale skin, but the thick skin of not caring about what people are saying or staring when they're staring at me. So, yeah. Anyway, so I'll keep you posted. My friend Choiti, she also has psoriasis like me, and she's going to be released in some few days. So and then we hope to meet together again and have the same kind of food, because we have the same doctor who will most probably give us the same diet. These are my friends. Say hi. Hi. Time to go home, all packed on day 17. Hi, so this is me reporting almost 1.5 months after being released from the hospital, and in between I have been back to the hospital for my regular checkup, which is at an interval of 15 days. I have been there already thrice, and I have obviously reported much clearer skin. Of course, I have been living with it for so many years. It's just not something that strikes me as unusual. I don't notice it, but then
when people see it, they see that of course it's scaly and red and dark, almost blackish. And then they're able to also, people who see me on a regular basis, see my legs where it was mostly affected. They can see the difference. And like, so for example, 15 days after starting the medicine, like my skin was much clearer, and the doctors were very happy with the results. So they took pictures of my, you know, after. They also had pictures of my before. In fact, the pictures I have of before and after for myself and that I've shared with my family, they have all been taken by the doctors because they wanted to make a case study. And if you want to see the before after because you are a psoriasis patient yourself, or you're considering going to this hospital or having a similar Ayurvedic treatment, then sign up in the send me your email ID, or sign up on, I'm going to create a form and you can sign up there and I can share the pictures with you. I'm not sure how comfortable I'll be releasing those pictures, even though they are of my legs, and I'm not sure of all videos. Maybe this goes viral, so I don't want a bunch of people seeing pictures of my psoriasis legs. Only if you are a psoriasis patient, then I can share them with you for motivation and for inspiration. So yeah, I have been back to the doctor thrice, so every 2 weeks they come ask me to come back and adjust the medicines. And I've also had, like I mentioned in one of my earlier videos from January, that I had UTI, so that is also one thing they are treating me for. And like, I have come to understand that all diseases are kind of related. So if you have cure one, most likely you will be able to cure the others. And so that's my overall condition right now. And about the hospital, maybe if you have any questions about the treatment, the quality and so on, I highly recommend it. I know it can I have shown you pictures where there might have been a little questionable sanitary conditions, but I kind of, how do I say it, like, I'm not saying that's acceptable, that's not acceptable, but at the same time I was looking at the bigger picture. And this treatment, which is something I was there for 17 days, I did not have to pay for the doctor's fees. I was getting 3 meals a day, granted out of which only I could eat 2. And then I did not have to like, during my stay, the oils and all I had to pay for. But the medicines that I'm getting now, every time I go back to the hospital, they are for free, most of them. Unless they're not available, then I have to go across the store to buy it from store just across. And if you're familiar from the area, you know which store I'm talking about. So I mean, this treatment in itself, my stay in the hospital, even though I was in the private cabin, which costed me 100 rupees a day, if I would stay in the general ward, it would have been completely free, which I stayed for first 3 days. And and then if you have medicines which are provided by the hospital, let's say your medication involves, treatment involves that, then that also is free. I had to pay for the services provided by the ayas, the female staff for doing my massage, and the Tokrudhara, that yogurt treatment, that I had to pay, which was 120 rupees per day. But I think the quality of treatment, this somewhere outside India, let's say in USA, would have been your life savings. I mean, we all know how healthcare is in USA. So I really like to look at, feel grateful that I get all these benefits without me having to pay for anything, and get the top-notch medical attention, like a whole team dedicated to you, them being available, me calling them up, them actually actively encouraging me to call them up to let them know of any updates, all these things. And even now I can call them up if I have any issues. So that is, like, I think priceless. You don't get this kind of level of medical attention. The team was great, of course. Granted that you have to ask a lot of questions. They are, government, in a government hospital, so many patients, and doctors, they don't really say much unless you ask them a lot. That's been my experience of going to doctors all my life. And they keep a certain, weight, like they say, they carry their weight. So you have to ask a lot of questions to make sure that you understand it and you're on the same page as the medical team. But I have been, there were other psoriasis patients, other patients in general, who would be updating you, who would be discussing things like, hey, what are you up to, how much ghee, or which medicine are you on, what should you avoid. So you'll get a lot of information even from the other, like the female staff. You will get that information mostly from them, because the doctors don't give out so many details unless you are aware of what questions to ask. And I got most of these this free medical, not medical advisory, but the right food to have and not to have during the treatment, mostly from other people who were going through the treatment or had gone through it. So that's one thing I would say is a little bit of a con, but I'm very happy with the results. So ultimately that's what matters. And of course it's a 12 to 18 month treatment, by which means like right now my medicines and of course the diet which I've been given, which is basically avoid yogurt, nuts, and certain types of dal, and banana. So these are the 4 things that I've been asked to avoid, and of course eat as minimally possible from outside food, and of course no refrigerated food. I think that's something that I had to ask him, because I knew he had said that to another psoriasis patient. I had to ask my doctor, and he said, if you want to ever get cured in this lifetime, make sure you don't have food from the fridge. So that is, again, was not mentioned in my prescription, but since I knew from this other friend of mine, Choiti, I made it a point to ask him. And then he said, if you ever want to get cured, do not ever have food from the fridge, which helps me, because I had always advocated for fresh food, and now that the doctor has said it, my family makes sure that I get fresh food, as in no leftovers and no food which has been kept in the fridge, or even ingredients for that matter. So yeah, I think that is important to clarify. Any ingredient, vegetables, meat, fish kept in the fridge also, I should not be consuming. So that kind of eliminates all restaurant food, because all restaurant food is refrigerated at some point. Even if it's fresh in the morning, they keep it in the fridge and then it's cooked later on. Yeah, so anyway, so this is the whole video about my experience, and I didn't realize my hair was not looking great, but okay. This was my whole experience. I 100 or 100 recommend it to anyone who would like to go explore Ayurveda as an option for healing, irrespective of whatever disease you have. So and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and also sign up if you would like to get pictures of my before and after. Bye.